Why did the orphan go to the party? To find some family. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field and dead inside. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. What do you call a man who lost all of his left side? A right guy. I was talking to my friend about my fears of death. He said, "Don't worry, you'll be dead soon enough." Why did the man put his money in the blender? Because he wanted to make liquid assets. What did one orphan say to the other orphan? "I'm adopted too, but at least I'm not alone." I started a band called 1023 MB. We haven't got a gig yet. Knock knock, who's there? A broken pencil. A broken pencil who? Forget it, it's pointless. I would tell you a joke about a pencil, but it's pointless. What's the best way to avoid being eaten by a cannibal? Become an ancestor. Why don't blind people skydive? It scares the hell out of their dogs. I was in the hospital and saw a guy with no arms or legs. I said, "Hey, what happened?" He said, "I'm just here for the checkup." Why do ghosts make terrible comedians? Because they have no body to talk to. I told my wife I wanted to be cremated. She said, "You're being too hot-headed." I got a new job as a human statue, but they fired me because I wasn't moving. What did the deaf guy say to the blind guy? Nothing, they can't hear or see. Why did the chicken cross the road? To escape the firebombing. The worst part about getting old? You know when your time is running out, and your bladder's a ticking time bomb. What do you call a burnt offering? An exorcism. I was having dinner with my grandma the other day. She said, "You've got your mother's eyes." I said, "Thanks." That's what I was going for. I started a band called 1023 MB. Why did the vampire break up with his girlfriend? Because she was a pain in the neck. I was in the hospital and saw a guy with no arms or legs. I said, "Hey, what happened?" He said, "I'm just here for the checkup." I have a friend who's a mime. He's silent about everything, but he's great at taking up space. I don't know why people say, "Give it your all in sports," because when I did that, they gave me a red card. Why don't blind people skydive? It scares the hell out of their dogs. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. What do you call a man who lost all of his left side? A right guy. Knock knock, who's there? Your mom. Your mom who? Exactly. Why did the skeleton refuse to fight? He didn't have the guts. What's green and can't swim? A pool table. I met a girl the other night. I asked her, "Do you want to make love or go for a walk?" She said both. I replied, "All right, let's go for a walk." What's the difference between a snowman and a snowwoman? Snowballs. What did the baby say to the doctor? "Why is my name on that chart?" "Because you're going to die today." Why did the chicken join a band? Because it had the drumsticks. What did one orphan say to the other orphan? "I'm adopted too, but at least I'm not alone." I have a friend who's a serial killer, but he's a bit of a moron. He can't get things done quickly. What does the Undertaker say to the dead body? "Just rest up, we'll get to you soon." I was offered a job as a bodyguard, but I turned it down because I didn't want to take anyone's life away. I was watching the news this morning. It was a real killer. I met a girl on Tinder, but it turned out she was more of a ghost than anything real. I told my wife she should embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts. What do you get when you mix a potato and an elephant? Mashed potatoes? I hate it when people say just think positive. Yeah, that's really helpful when you're at a funeral. I saw a guy in a wheelchair the other day. He was going to try to break a world record, but I guess he fell short. I once heard a man say that life is a puzzle. I guess that means his family was the missing piece. Why did the man bring a ladder to the bar? He heard the drinks were on the house. What's the difference between a joke and a kid with a broken leg? One is twisted, and the other is just a tragedy.